Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into USA News Network. I'm Papu, and today we need to talk about something that has taken the sports world by absolute storm. And when I say storm, I mean the kind of headline shaking, conversation dominating, impossible to ignore moment that doesn't just happen in sports, it becomes pop culture. This isn't just a tennis update. This isn't just another rising star story. This is global shock. And the name behind that shock is Alex Eala, because in the last 48 hours, tennis fans, analysts, coaches, critics, legends of the game, and millions of newly curious viewers all found themselves asking the exact same question. How did she do that? And more importantly, who exactly is Alex Eala? And why does it suddenly feel like the entire tennis world underestimated her? Now, if you've been following tennis, even casually, you know the sport is dominated by narratives. We talk about predictions, rankings, young potentials, comeback stories, rivalries, and the future of the game. But every once in a while, someone walks into the spotlight. No warning, no slow build-up, no marketing machine preparing the world, and they flip the script. That is exactly what just happened. Alex Eala didn't just win. She didn't just play well. She changed expectations. She shattered assumptions. And she forced the tennis world to take her seriously, instantly. For many casual viewers, the first reaction was disbelief. Social media exploded, not slowly but instantly, with reactions like, "Who is she? Where did she come from? And why haven't we been talking about this girl sooner?" And that sudden curiosity wasn't just from tennis fans. It was coming from celebrities, athletes from other sports, entertainment personalities, and even politicians. It reminded people of those rare breakthrough moments. Serena Williams as a teen, Sharapova taking the world by surprise, Coco Gauff at Wimbledon. But there is something different about the Alex Eala moment. Something unique, something unexpected. Because unlike most breakout stars, Alex didn't debut with the weight of a massive media campaign or endless hype. She wasn't being treated as tennis next guaranteed superstar. Not yet. But the moment she stepped on court, everything changed. And when she walked off, everything was different. The match that triggered this global reaction felt almost unreal from the first serve. Analysts, most of them confidently predicting an easy win for her opponent, suddenly found themselves speechless. Commentators went from formal composed broadcasting to open shock, disbelief, and in some moments, nervous laughter. Because what they were watching simply wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't just that she was winning, it was how she was winning. The control, the fearlessness, the maturity, the confidence, the precision, the movement, the power. Her style was aggressive yet calculated, explosive yet composed, and, above all, fearless. She played like someone who knew exactly who she was and exactly where she was supposed to be, even if the world hadn't realized it yet. And the manner she executed point after point, especially during the most high-pressure moments, had people asking if this was luck, adrenaline, or something far more extraordinary, a new era. There were moments when her opponent, a seasoned top player, simply stood frozen as forehands flashed past. Serves landed millimeters from the line, and aggressive returns turned defense into offense in a single movement. The stadium energy shifted. What started as polite applause became electric. You could feel it. That moment when the audience realized they weren't just watching a match, they were witnessing history begin. Then the cameras cut to the audience, and that's when the internet blew up because sitting courtside reacting with full shock, excitement, and disbelief were faces many people never expected to see, reacting to a teenage tennis star. Hollywood actors, fellow athletes, YouTubers, influencers, and yes, even some unexpected iconic sports legends were watching with the same expression, eyes wide, jaws dropped, whispering, "Wow!" And as the match continued, the world collectively realized this wasn't a lucky streak. This wasn't an accidental upset. This wasn't nerves falling apart from her opponent. This was skill. This was intentional. This was talent meeting, preparation meeting opportunity, and exploding. When the final point landed and the match was over, there was a moment of silence. The kind of silence that happens when a stadium tries to process what just happened. And then the reaction hit. Applause first, then cheers, then full-on celebration. Even people who had arrived rooting for the other player were on their feet. Because whether you were surprised, confused, thrilled, or even disappointed, one thing was undeniable. Everyone had just watched the rise of a star, and Alex's reaction to the win was what made everything even more compelling. No arrogance, no theatrics, no over-the-top celebration, just pure emotion, disbelief, joy, relief, pride, gratitude. She looked like someone who had just proven something not just to the world but to herself. The post-match interview only added fuel to the moment. Calm, humble, articulate, grounded, she spoke like someone twice her age. She talked about preparation, mindset, respect for her opponent, and the belief that she was capable, even if others didn't see it yet. That type of mindset isn't common in athletes so young. And that was the moment analysts shifted from shock to certainty, because talent is impressive, but mentality is what makes champions. Within hours, hashtags with her name began trending globally. Articles appeared in sports publications across continents. Major broadcasters re-aired the match. And then something even more unexpected happened. Endorsements, sponsorship interest, and brand inquiries surged. Not gradually, instantly. Companies love potential, but what they love even more is inevitability. And suddenly, Alexa didn't look like a maybe. She looked like a when. And then came the reactions from tennis legends, clips, tweets, interviews, commentary. Players who rarely comment publicly on rising talent were suddenly giving her recognition. Some praised her mental strength. Some praised her technique. Some said she reminded them of past champions, but with a new generation twist. One analyst said something that perfectly captured the moment. She isn't playing like someone entering the tennis world. She's playing like someone preparing to take it. And here's where the story becomes even more compelling. The world is now trying to understand her journey because overnight fame always raises curiosity. How did she train? Who coached her? When did her talent become undeniable? What sacrifices were made? What goals does she have now? And perhaps the biggest question, how far can she go? If this momentum continues, if the confidence, strategy, discipline, and hunger remain consistent, then the tennis world may not just be witnessing a breakout performance. It may be watching the beginning of a new era. Because sports history tells us something important. Breakthrough moments are rarely random. They are the visible result of unseen years of preparation. What makes this moment even more powerful is that it isn't just inspiring tennis fans. It's inspiring an entire generation of young athletes who now see possibility where there used to be limitation. Because when someone rises unexpectedly without privilege, without overwhelming hype, without a pre-written narrative, it does something powerful. It proves that greatness doesn't need permission. And now with the tennis world watching, the question becomes, what happens next? Will she continue shocking expectations? Will she climb the rankings quickly? Will she build rivalries? Will she become the new face of women's tennis? All of that is possible, but only time will tell. What we do know right now is this: Alex Eala did something rare. She didn't just play tennis. She changed conversation. She took a sport full of routines, predictions, and expectations, and disrupted it. And whether someone is a lifelong tennis fan or someone who's never watched a match before, one thing has become completely clear: no one saw this coming, but now no one can ignore it. So stay tuned, because this story is only getting started. And something tells me this isn't the last time we'll be sitting here saying, did she really just do that? I'm Bella, reporting on Trending Now USA. And the tennis world has officially been put on notice. The name is Alex Eala.